Hey, what's up everybody? Tim here, back with another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how seasonal work has changed my life. I've talked before about how minimalism changed my life, how sobriety has changed my life, but I never did a video just talking about how seasonal work has had such a big impact on my life and is allowing me to live my dreams. And so since it's a seasonal work video, I thought I would break out this new Cool Work shirt that I bought off their website. My other Cool Work shirt they gave me, or this one I bought myself, because I'm on this whole new thing where I believe in supporting brands that you believe in. You know, if I'm going to wear a shirt, I have to wear shirts and it's going to have a logo or a brand on it, instead of it being a logo or a brand that I think other people will look at and think it's cool or think, will make them think I have money, which is I'm going to, if I'm going to have a logo or a brand on my shirt, it's going to be for a company I believe in. And I'm going to buy it to help support them because I believe in them. And so the good people at CoolWorks, the ones I've had the honor to interact with, seem like good people. The company in general seems like it has kind of the same philosophy about life and work as I do. It's about, great jobs and cool places. It's not about like rat race jobs or all about, just jobs that are going to make you tons of money, but it's about jobs that are going to allow you to, live. So that's why, Cool Work shirt. Plus I think red looks good on me. Anyway, seasonal work has definitely had a huge impact on my life, has changed my life. Wouldn't be able to do the things I'm doing now if it wasn't for seasonal work. And I have to say the biggest benefit that I've got from seasonal work is that it has allowed me to have an all new level of freedom in my life. Like I've said before, I'm not financially free enough yet where I can just be like, I'm done with it. I'm taking a year off. I don't have to work. I'm going to go do what I want. I'm not there yet. I'm trying to get there. I'm going to get there, but I'm not there yet. So seasonal work has allowed me to bridge that gap from 9 to 5 wage slavery that I was doing for decades and, total financial freedom. So with seasonal work, I'm still working for someone else, but the level of freedom I have over my life and that work is unprecedented. It still blows my mind sometimes. If you follow my channel, you might have noticed that even within my contract here, for example, which was an 8-month contract at the YMCA in Estes Park, I was able to take a vacation. Only here 8 months, and I was able to take 2 weeks off January, went up and visited a friend of mine in Alaska, had a great time. Really no other job where most jobs you get after a year there you get a week vacation, maybe after a year. I had only been here 4 months. I went in there and said, hey, I'd like to take a vacation. They said, sure, you've been doing a good job for us. What days do you want off? And this is pretty routine in seasonal work. Kind of, if you go in there and you say, hey, I'm going to work my whole contract, blah, 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 but can I have kind of this week off, mid-season or whatever, they'll usually work with you. That's, unheard of. Also, another thing, too, I can kind of decide where I work, Before, if I needed a job, I just looked at the jobs in the area I was at and just kind of had to decide, who, and just put in applications until someone hired me. Now I can actively say, where do I want to work? Do I want to work on the East Coast? Do I want to work on the West Coast? Do I want to work in the mountains? Do I want to work by the sea, the beach? Where do I want to work? The whole country is my oyster. You can hop on the website like CoolWorks. They have listings for every state. Where do I want to work? I can decide. I can also decide when I want to work. If I want to take 2 months off, like I'm going to Glacier from June to September, but I'm thinking about, I'm definitely taking October off, but I'm thinking of taking October, November off. I can do that. I can I can wait until December to start my winter season job. I can just tell them I can't come till December when I'm, applying for a wintertime job. If I want to take March off, I can just make my wintertime season from December to the beginning of March. I have the freedom, and the employers you're going to be working for understand this. They understand that you live this type of lifestyle, this seasonal work lifestyle, as I like to call it, because you want the freedom. So they're going to work with you. Sometimes there will be employers that say, hey, we need you from here to here. And if you can't do that, well, then we can't hire you. But then that's just when you go work for someone else. Like every season, there are jobs I have to turn down. Just because I find one I want, and typically the first company that calls me and gives me what I want, I stick with. And so if there's other applications I put in, I just say, hey, I can't, I've already made my decision. I make a point to always let all of them know, that I'm not going to be able to work for them. And then they're usually like, hey, well, just call us next season. We'll see what we can work out. It's very, very easy. But I never in my life before kind of had that freedom to map out what I want to do and when I want to do it and where I want to do it. And to have, every time you work at a seasonal job and you complete that season and you do a good job, they're going to say, hey, if you ever want to come back, come back. And so to just have all these places I know I can go back to, not just the places that I haven't worked that I'm pretty sure I could get hired at, but to have all these references where they're not just saying, oh, we'll give you a good reference, but they're like, hey, come back whenever you can. That's another thing never really had in life. I don't worry so much about a job anymore. And that's truly a blessing. I'm almost scared to say it sometimes because I think it might go away, but that's just the fear talking. But it's truly a blessing to have that outlook on work. And so that is one way seasonal work has definitely changed my life. It has also changed my life in that it has allowed me to see some locations and truly experience them long term that I would have never got to see. I would have never been to Yellowstone, never been to Alaska. I would have never been up here in the Rocky Mountains, never spent time in Montana. These places, I would have never been able to go to these places just because, my thinking, I didn't even think about that type of thing. And then if I had, I would have immediately been like, oh no, I can't do that. That takes too much money. And for a lot of people, money is involved when they do it. But seasonal work is a way in which you can visit all these cool places you've always heard about in this country, even some around the world. You can visit these cool places and you can spend time there. I remember when I was in Alaska, I would always, because the employee housing was right by some of the hotel, the lodge rooms right there. So, I would walk out to go to dinner or something, and I would see people standing on the porch of the lodges, like looking at the mountains and just taking it all in. They're having a great time. And I would just think to myself, how much money are they paying for this experience? And it was totally worth it for them because it was a great location. But then I would just think about, I was getting to have the same views, the same experience, and it wasn't costing me anything. In fact, I was getting paid to do it. And I was going to be there for 4 months. These tour buses would come in, 3 or 4 days and be gone. And like I said, the people loved it. It was a great experience. But, imagine how great my experience was. I got to be there 4 months and experience, all aspects of not just that area, but other parts of Alaska and meet new people. It seemed almost unfair to me that I was able to do this and I was going to leave with more money than I came with. That's what's, seasonal work has opened my eyes to the fact that you don't always have to do things the way everyone says you have to do it. If you have a dream, if you have something you want to do your research, figure out a way to do it. You don't have to have a certain amount of money. You don't have to have a certain amount of education. Just say, I'm going to do it and figure it out. I wanted to travel. I didn't have no money. Figured it out. That's what it comes down to. It's just, and that mindset has rolled over into other aspects of my life. Now, if there's something I want to do and I don't think I can do it the normal way, I already know I can figure out how to do it in a abnormal way or a different way. It's just a matter of me putting in the work and the research to do it. So that's another way seasonal work. It's changed my mindset on life. Also, seasonal work has changed my life in the friendships I have. I always mention one of the great things about the seasonal work lifestyle is the people you meet. And this is one I feel like I can't convey it to people with enough power as it really has. The people I've been able to meet from this country, from all around the world, friendships I've been able to cultivate, just spending 3, 4, 8 months with people day in and day out and really getting to know them and then become genuine friends that you're going to have forever. A lot of the people you meet are just going to be Facebook friends, but I've been blessed to get some really good friends, especially here at the Y. that I know are going to be lifetime friends, that are good people, that I know I'm going to want to keep in my life, that, friendships that I know will never go away. And that's pretty cool. Like that's one of the most awesome things you can have in life, is to come in contact with someone from somewhere halfway across the country, across the world, find out that you're a good fit as far as friendships, and enjoy each other's company, and know that that bond is going to be there to the end. I mean, you can't put a price on that. That's that alone. I'm about to get emotional here. That alone is worth any of the cons or the downsides of seasonal work. It's just, it's deep. It's very, very deep. So if you're, a person who likes to meet new people, just likes to experience different cultures, stuff like that, you can do it through seasonal work without leaving the country. Those people from, I got friends in Turkey, and friends in Spain, and friends in the Ukraine, and Japan and China, and from all over the place. It's crazy. Like I follow a lot of these people on social media, and sometimes I forget that I have these friends, and they're, because I saw them in America. So in my mind, they're still kind of in America until they post like pictures of something going on in China. And I'm like, wow, like I know that person. And then it's like, hey, if I ever went to China, I got somebody I could visit. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I've rambled on long about friendships, but I really feel like I know my scope of friends have expanded. And that's nothing against my friends back home, but just my scope of friends has expanded. And I feel like I've grown as a person from the people I've been able to interact with throughout seasonal work. Like I really feel like a lot of the growth I've done recently comes from the people I've been around. Like I said, you can't buy that. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about, and that is people always want to know about money. I've freely admitted in many videos that you don't make a lot of money in seasonal work, but I've also said that me personally, I've been able to save up more money doing seasonal work than ever before, which is ironic because I do more stuff now than ever before. So I'm making less money doing more stuff, traveling around more, hanging out more, but I'm able to save more money than ever before. Part of that is because I like to pick seasonal jobs where your room and board is taken care of. So they might charge you for it, but they take it out of your check before you get your check. So all the money you get on your check, or you get direct deposited into your bank account, is basically yours to play with. And your essential expenses are already taken care of. And until you experience that, it's really hard to see how much that can help you out. Because you spend a lot of money on food in life. Like rent and food are your biggest expenses. And if you can discipline yourself, like a lot of people, still don't save up a lot of money in seasonal work because they eat out every day, even though there's meals provided. If it's something they don't want, they'll eat out. Me, I'm not like that. Like I've got myself disciplined to where maybe once every 2 weeks, if that's usually if I'm hanging out, I'll eat out. Other than that, I eat all my dinners here, even if it's something I don't like. The other night this is the first time, it only happened once, but they ran out of the entree, the main course. So I just had peach cobbler for dinner. I just filled my whole to-go box up with peach cobbler. Whatever. Like it's kind of taught me to see food as it really is. Food is there to sustain you. It doesn't have to be enjoyable every meal. Though the peach cobbler was good, probably not that healthy. But by disciplining myself and saying I'm not going to eat out, I'm going to eat the food that's provided, that keeps me from having to spend any of my take-home pay on food. My rent's taken care of. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay utilities, any of that. So basically, all I have to do is pay the little few bills I have every month. The rest of that money basically goes to savings. Like, I don't spend it on nothing else. Every now and then we might go to the movies. I might eat out. I did blow some money on some tattoos. Okay, I will say this. In the last month or so, I have actually been spending some money. I bought a new camera. I paid for a couple tattoos. I rented a suit to go to my friend Sarah's wedding. The last month, I've been blowing some money. Actually, a lot of money. But that's just because I was hardcore saving for like the first 6 months here, and I like reached my savings goal. So I was like, whatevs. But see, before I never had a savings goal. You know, before I never could blow money that didn't have it. You know, like it just, seasonal work has allowed me to save up money and do more things just because of the nature of how it's set up. And once again, I feel like this is one of those things you may not get until you're actually doing it. A lot of people just see the minimum wage and they're like, oh, I could never live off that. But trust me, people do it all the time. Most of the people, like I said, except for the people who blow their money eating out every night, or the people who go out and get drunk every night, most of the people I know in seasonal work save up money. And this doesn't happen. I guarantee the ratio of people saving money in seasonal work to the real world is way higher. Just because your basic necessities are taken care of. Now there are seasonal jobs that don't offer housing or, food. I don't recommend those. If that's what you want to do, cool. But I don't see why you ever would when there's so many that give you that. But, just have to go on Cool Works, do your research. But yeah, the money and being able to save up money and freedom and people you meet, things that I really appreciate, that really have changed my life, because I feel so much freer. I feel like I have more options in life now. That's why when people talk about settling down, I'm just like, it would have to be something huge. Like I have to meet the love of my life or have a kid or something. Like, I don't see why I would change this lifestyle. It just doesn't. Why would I give up the freedom to go back to 9 to 5 on the rat race, on the hamster wheel? Like what would be the point? Anyway, this video has rambled on. I think I've rambled on long enough in this video. Hopefully I got my point across. If you have any questions about seasonal work, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below, or hit me up on my social medias. I try to check those pretty regular. I've been getting on Facebook more, talking with people, which I love doing. Instagram is the one that, follow me on Instagram and leave me a message. I'll probably see that almost instantly. So you can leave me a message on YouTube. I haven't been checking my private messages on YouTube like I should, but I'm getting back into that. But definitely the comments. If you leave a question in the comments, I will try to answer it. Sometimes just comments with a statement or something, I get a lot, so I don't get to answer it. But if you leave a specific question, I'll try to answer it in a video, something like that. I'll try to in the comments or in a video. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I'll talk to you later.